Everyone who likes drinking lemonade, please raise your hand. Great. If I ask you to rate from 1 to 5, how sour you would like this lemonade to be, what would your answer sound like? 5. A 3? Maybe a 2? A 5? 10? You see, lemonade is a deliciously sour drink which gives a great boost to your immune system and helps cleanse all of it. But if I now asked you how many times you would like to consume this drink, what would your answer be? Daily? Once a week? Huge fan of it? Not a fan at all? Thank you for your input. You see, this drink became the only type of drink I had to taste dating back since childhood. Why? For some reason, life decided to throw tons of lemons at me. And at some point it became pretty sour. As sour as it dried out my thoughts, left blankness within my brain, and the only taste my tongue could process was the sour taste of anxiousness and melancholy. At the same time, it kept throwing its lemons at me so that I would be here, standing in front of you today, sharing with you how I squeezed the damn out of those lemons. But you are probably asking yourself, what were these lemons trying to tackle? Where was all this sourness hidden? And why was there lemonade on top of my life menu? I will be perfectly frank with you. I never had a father in my family. That was the big sour problem. My father abandoned our family when I was 3 years old. Today I am 22 years old, but his spot is still empty. My father decided to leave it empty. He sacrificed a major important relationship in his life over his own preferences and selfishness. Growing up fatherless was hard. I, at times, had to come up with certain father fantasies to back myself up and deal with a fatherless reality. It was like you could see potential in it, but that was simply something to cherish yourself and develop your hopes. I forever saw him for who he was not, instead of seeing him for who he was. I could not change my father. I could not replace him. I could not have him there blowing birthday candles with me. I could not modify his heart or reach out to him. I grew up and several birthdays in a row looked the same. Me and my imaginary father blowing birthday candles together. But as fast as it takes to blow those candles, as fast thoughts would appear in my mind, making me wonder, what are the dynamics of a father and son relationship? What these two shall expect from one another? What kind of relationship is it? Is it unconditional love? Fathers are important in someone's life. The father's absence? This absence is assuredly known to have a great impact on the social functioning of teenagers, affecting in different ways, depending on what their level of maturity and psychological development is. That said, it leads to defective social functioning of these young individuals who are cursed with a father's absence, which is affecting their body, their mind, their confidence. Just like me, who no matter what, had to go through that phase. A study examining the social functioning skills in teenagers without father figures compared to the ones with father figures claims that delinquent behavior and depressive symptoms have been recognized as two tangible outcomes of growing up without a father. Adolescence, this very important, delicate, complex, fun phase in someone's life, is actually known to contribute to their major growth and character shaping. Adolescents have higher rates of delinquency, such as criminal activity, drug use, and gang involvement. One curiosity I still have is that if my father were there, what would he mostly be into fostering? What would his way of interaction with me sound like? Boys need a father figure to learn how to become a confident man. I wanted to have that too. But without having this influence, I always felt at risk of growing up into a boy who was fearful of life, of unexpectancies, who had to deal with emotional stability. Mothers, you rock. You are doing a splendid job, so don't get me wrong. But there certainly are some things that only father figures could feel or bring forward. Those fathers out there who are knowingly absent from their children, they are causing great difficulty in adjustment, which later on jumps into adulthood, and that is not okay. I wanted to look at my father figure and ask him, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? What do you think of me? But since his paternal approval would constantly be missing, I again had to deal with emotional pain, which oftentimes led to failed attempts while trying to prove myself. Yes, come on, you can do it. Somewhere along the line, I picked up wrong beliefs about feeling unworthy. All that self-doubt, all that criticism. And guess what happened next? My self-esteem plummeted into zero as I would buy more and more into the insecure thinking. Fathers are important in someone's life. Kathleen Doheny, in her article, Good Dads, Good Scoping Skills, says that a boy's relationship with his mother helps him deal with daily stress, but the effect is smaller than that of a father. A good relationship with his father helps the boy to learn how to better solve problems, allowing him as a man to deal with daily stress in more useful ways. What's so special about fathers? I am not tackling fathers only in the biological way, but also in the psychological terms and archetypal father. Archetypal father? I mean the subconscious, I mean the symbolic nature or subconscious image. Because father is in many ways related to our identity. Father represents prosperity, safety, authority. We are often embroiled in a mixture of shame, guilt, uncertainty. And whenever we are confronted by the father's absence, we try to look around for other role models, but that at times can be difficult encountering. Fathers are again important in someone's life. I have something to tell you and my father today. In life, we often encounter moments when we must balance our needs with the needs of others. Actually, one day, I decided to sit down, to look back in time, reflect, and recall everything. Did growing up fatherless bring its own set of difficulties for me? How could I change the system for the better? Well, I finally managed to get it together and guide myself, and yes, a courageous man stands up for himself, stands up for the weak, faces fear, failure, and criticism. He's not afraid of responsibilities and seeing things through to the end. I was fatherless for a reason. My strength and my future. It is not about a particular person in someone's life who is missing. It is instead about a certain set of values which each one of us obtains. How willing are we to apply this set of values in real-life context cases? Fathers are an important figure in someone's life. Today I'm standing here in front of you to say that tomorrow, instead of walking away and skipping important relationships in your life, you should sacrifice, because sacrificing brings you closer to your personal values. Sacrificing brings you closer to your people. And then that helps you realize who you are, who they are, and why and what is so worth sacrificing between you and them. As children of this man, as creatures wrapped up in this collision of relationships, we need to free ourselves from suffering and reassure that we do not carry the burden of their incapability of how to become good dads. What I want to challenge today is the notion that, yeah, fathers make a difference. They do make a difference. But hey, you, yes, all of you, you can also make a difference. You can also make a difference. This is not a dad and mom issue. This is a humanity issue. This is my and your issue. I managed to get rid of the shackles of pretense, not following a fake role model I imagined in my own mind myself. Resilient individuals seek a way to change course. They sacrifice for the people they love, and then they do not fear the fact that they actually sacrificed. I had to let go in order to receive, and I did. I received the ability to understand that all that soundless father symphony along my life journey was completely needless. A famous quote in someone's life says that people come to your path for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. When you know which one it is, you'll know exactly what to do. So come on, don't be a cog in your own wheel. Be your life hero and make your people your life heroes. And now, one last advice I have is that, remember, whenever life gives you lemons, you make a lemonade and enjoy.